What's going on, y'all? It's the Conscious One coming at you. I'm going to take my time with this one, y'all. I'm going to take my time with this one. I think I'm going to title this video Decalcify or Calcified or Decalcify Pineal Glands. And before I start this little very mini lecture, I'm going to first off say that I am not perfect. Will I eat meat again? Yeah, probably. Yeah. It just depends. Whatever I feel like doing. But see, when you get on top of your game, you can cheat. You can do that sometimes. You can cheat sometimes. But I'm just going to get into it. I first started learning about not eating meat and not eating animal products from a guy called the 13th Son. And I'm basically going down the same road he went down, whereas you get to the part where you're going to have a lot of haters. You see, I'm not talking about this physical. I'm not dealing with this physical realm anymore. I'm talking about that when you start to decalcify your pineal glands, you're going to start having some haters in the spiritual realm. And that's, you know what that's going to do? That's going to manifest down to the physical world. And these people that got demons in them, that don't know they got demons in them. But you know, once you decalcify your pineal glands, that they got demons in them. Well, the spiritual demonic entities in the higher realms, they're going to manifest themselves down here to 3D world through these people. And the person, the enlightened individual, is going to know exactly who is who and what is what. And people are going to get butthurt over what you have to say, just like they got butthurt with the 13th Son when he first started talking about. You got this one video talk about meat eaters are big ass liars. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And you only really discover this when you finally detoxify and clean all that animal DNA and hormonal DNA out your damn body. And then maybe folks will start seeing what I'm talking about. I dated a vegan girl for a little while back in the day. I remember I was 28 years old. She was a Native American chick from the Oneida tribe up there in Wisconsin. She looked Asian. And she was the first one. She was the first one to really introduce me. That was the first time I had even heard of somebody who did not eat meat. And let me tell you, she was 38. I was 26 at the time, and I was bartending, and I met her, and she ended up driving to my apartment from Wisconsin, Oneida, Wisconsin. And she was one of the most beautiful people that I had ever met. You know, she was one of the most purest woman that I have ever met. Why didn't we end up together? Well, you know, we was doing our thing. I was a young guy, young buck, whatever you want to call it, and she was an older, woman. And then next thing you know, a few years later down the road, I type in her name in YouTube, and she ended up being, she was running some kind of thing against the government. She was some kind of tribal leader up there in Oneida, Wisconsin, leading something against the government. I said, "Well, I'll be there." When I typed in her name and saw it on YouTube, I was actually shocked. First, I didn't even really recognize her because she's an older woman now, and women go through a lot of changes, especially in their 40s. That's why it's important women get with a man before the age of 50, or most likely they not gonna get no man. Stuff like this. Women go through a lot of physical changes quicker than a man can. Like I said, a man can be 60 years old, a man can be 50 years old and still looking like he's 35 if he takes care of himself. But, the Bible says that the woman's her temple is weaker. She's the weaker sex, so her vessel is weaker. It breaks down. It's very rare you come across women like over the age of 45, 50 years old that still look like they're in their 30s. It's like a needle in a haystack. They out there. I've seen them. I've seen white women in their late 50s. I didn't know they was in their late 50s. It all depends on the individual and how they take care of their temple. Like I said in the video, the RH thing, blood thing, is all up to you. So don't be coming around other people's channel looking to blame other people because this person, he or she can't clean out their temple properly, can't keep their temple together, and they didn't want to get mad. They want to go around and hate on people that are doing the right things, or at least trying to do the right thing. But yeah, that was one of the most cleanest. I don't have to get rated R, but she was the cleanest smelling, you know what, I had ever come across. A woman that eats only fruits and vegetables. You guys already know she gonna taste good too. But like I said, we don't have to get X-rated in this video. I told y'all my video is rated PG. I'm not gonna bring the fire like that, but y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, there's certain odors that come from people's body when a vegan is standing by a person who is non-vegan. They can literally smell the dead flesh on them. See, I'm telling y'all, when you get right, you start to see what is what. And then you start to feel, you don't feel so bad about being isolated anymore because you see why the Lord has you isolated. You don't want to be around these people, no way. When you start to do the right thing, clean out your temple. You can smell the dead flesh coming off these people when you detoxify your body, clean your blood out. You can smell the people. You can literally smell them standing next to them. Meanwhile, of course, you smelling better. You don't really have to use deodorant like that. Your piss don't smell that bad. Your shit don't smell bad. You can barely smell it. You could take a dump in the bathroom. Somebody can come in after you. They won't smell nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's what happens when you clean out your temple. Now, believe it or not, guys, I got people that watch my channel that are mad that they meat eaters, and I'm not. They want to get mad. That's what they do. That's what 13 Son used to talk about. And I'm glad I have somebody like 13 Son to reference, because if people want to think I'm a joke, well, I got a guy like 13 Son that has my back, and that's all I need. I only need one or two other people that have my back of importance. So people want to look at me, oh, he ain't nobody. Oh, okay, well, we'll see. I ain't nobody. Keep thinking that. I ain't nobody. I ain't nobody special. Just like 13 Sons, I ain't nobody special. Keep thinking that. Got this another situation with this guy, that guy called Sad Guru. Y'all know that Indian guy with the beard. An initiate always, what they call a neophyte. A neophyte is a person that can only see the outer layer of something. So you look at this guy like Sad Guru, right? That Indian guy with the beard. Oh, you're supposed to listen to everything he say because, he just looks smart because he got this long white beard and a turban on his head. He just looks smart. And then when a dude like me telling you what to do, you say, oh, that nigga crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. Let me go put on another Sad Guru. Let me tell you something about this Sad Guru person. He's a deceiver and he's getting paid to deceive. I just watched the video the other day when he gonna sit there and talking about you're not supposed to be eating meat with rice, which is true. You're not supposed to be mixing certain type of proteins with starches and carbohydrates and stuff like that. That's why it's best you just eat one thing at a time. You want to eat several things. Don't eat it all in one plate. Eat it separately throughout the day. Your stomach cannot digest all this different type of material in your gut. You may be able to do it in your 20s, maybe do it in your 30s, but by the time you reach my age, if you don't take care of yourself, you will not look as good as me by the time you're 40, 42 years old and beyond. Your body will start to break down if you don't follow instructions and do what's necessary to keep the temple holy. So this sad guru, he gonna sit there and say you can eat meat. Now this guy know damn well that the real Indian Vedics do not eat meat. They do not eat cow, because the in Hinduism, the cow is a sacred animal. That's why they call it the universe, the Milky Way. Cow is a sacred animal. You eat cow, you eat beef. It's just like eating a human being. There's no difference. It tastes exactly the same. That's why all these people want to argue about, what the meat eaters do in America. They try to point the finger at the Chinese. Oh, they eat bats. Oh, they eat rats. Oh, they eat cats. Trying to make themselves think they better than the Chinese because the Chinese eat cats and dogs. No, meat eaters. If you eat meat, chicken, beef, whatever, you ain't no different than somebody in China that's eating cat, rats, and dogs. So don't even try to make yourself feel better and point the finger at another culture, because let me tell you something. Meat is meat. And meat eaters, they will eat in a time of disaster. They will eat their own children if it comes down to it. That's how much lust that's how much lust for blood that they have. They don't, like I say, they don't even know it. But the enlightened individual knows it. He knows the BS that the meat eater is under. He knows the demons that are inside. He can literally hear the demons inside of an individual. Why are they talking to him? And this person thinks they have the right. They think they actually holy enough to even speak to you. They actually not. When the chosen one decides to talk to you, you're lucky. That means that God is actually giving you another chance, and he sends one of his people to try to tell you what to do. And if you don't want to listen, then the chosen one and God himself is done with you. Don't hate the messenger, folks. It's a bad thing. Don't hate the messenger. Don't hate the chosen ones. It's a bad thing when you do that. You didn't just falling out of favor with the Father. And I'm telling you, if you people don't like what I'm saying, don't watch my channel. Stop watching my channel. It's not for you. Now I'm gonna go over a list here of the things that I do on a regular basis and things that I don't eat. This is what I practice, and it's not to say that I won't eat meat again. Like I said, I am not perfect, but I'm gonna tell you, this is how I'm decalcifying my pineal gland. This is how you guys see how bright I look when you look at my video. You don't see the average so-called African-American male walking around looking bright as me as my age. I'm so bright, people can't even stand in front of my face without shaking, without shivering, without feeling some kind of certain way. That's the demons, entities in them, because they love to stay around people that's constipated and got messed up colons. That's who demons. That's the type of people demons attach themselves to. People like that. So number one, decalcifying the pineal gland. You cannot eat meat. So you cannot eat meat. You cannot drink alcohol. You cannot eat dairy. And there's a lot of things that you can do. Now, I'm going to go down a list of y'all what the diet I'm on right now. I'm not eating meat. I'm not eating dairy. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat grains. Wheat, corn, all that stuff. Grains is for animals. It's animal feed. Anything you have to process, including rice, which is mostly a lot of soy and plastic, the rice that they're giving you out here. If you do choose to eat rice, you better go for the basmati rice, because otherwise you're probably getting some kind of soy product that's responsible for turning women into men and men into women. You're dealing with that. Don't eat no grains. Grains are not for human consumption. They're for animals. Anything you have to process is not actually for human consumption. So let me say this again. I'm going to get through it this time without cutting myself off. I don't eat meat. I don't eat dairy. I don't drink alcohol. I don't eat gluten. I don't eat grains. I don't eat nightshades. That includes potatoes, tomatoes, eggplants, and all the other vegetables that cause inflammation. I'm not even my best right now, y'all. I haven't even been in the gym. I'm usually a gym bum. Y'all gonna see the best of me when I become that gym bum in Vegas. I look at myself on YouTube making videos. I know that's not even my best. I can literally look just like a 25-year-old, everything, physical structure. Soon as I get back home and get in the gym. So all those things I abstain from. I don't eat. Oh, I really don't eat nuts. I don't eat beans. Elijah Muhammad said the only acceptable bean to eat was a navy bean. Tells you right there, really, we ain't supposed to be eating beans in the first place. Your body can't digest those type of proteins. What else? So that's it. Oh, of course, you don't take in fluoride. You don't brush your teeth with toothpaste. If you're brushing your teeth with toothpaste, you have a calcified pineal gland. You can't see that. You can't see that far. And you don't know what's really going on because you're calcified. I use baking soda and bottled water to brush my teeth. I don't put sink water in my mouth at all whatsoever. This is how you decalcify your pineal gland, folks. And this is the only way you can decalcify your pineal gland. And then after you get off all the stuff that I just mentioned, you still got to do more work to decalcify it. You got to drink stuff like apple cider vinegar. You got to take supplements like Activator X. Go look up what that is, Activator X. And the thing is, people think they can cheat. They think, well, if I just do it, I can just, cleanse my body and, come Friday, I'm going to go out there and eat without. No, it don't work like that. That's like saying I'm diabetic, right? But on Fridays, I'm going to eat like a half an apple pie. No, you have to actually go cold turkey. It don't work like that. That's if you want to have power. That's if you want to have godlike abilities. That's why I say, yo, I'm not even worried about the people hating on me in 3D. I'm dealing with these things that's on a higher realm. That's upset that because they don't want you to advance. So they send out the signal. They send its minions to come after you. They don't want you to rise up. You got people in higher realms that are jealous of you, not just people walking around in physical bodies that are possessed by some of these demons in higher realms and stuff like that. Most people they think they have a mind. Not everybody has a mind. A mind has to be cultivated. And in order to cultivate a mind, you have to do certain things. You have to make certain sacrifices that most people are just not willing to make. So like I say, don't hate on a person that's actually doing the work. Like I say, I got people watching my YouTube channel really don't have no business watching my YouTube channel or listening to me or even talking to us. There's plenty of people out here